Welcome back. I'm playing Warhammer 40,000 Battlesector, and we are continuing on going through our unit guides here, where I go through every faction's units, kind of give my 2 cents about how each unit functions, discuss their different loadouts, how I would build an army around using that as the centerpiece of your faction, and then finally showing an AI skirmish mission using those units to kind of give you some real life experience with seeing how they are utilized against other factions. And I also will show the empowered ability so you can see whether it makes sense for you to try to save up that momentum to empower abilities to help you get the kill, or whether it would make sense just to have double attacks with surging. So hopefully that gives you guys some ideas on how to use these units. If you're enjoying these videos, please give my channel a like and subscribe to encourage me to post more content for you. So the heavy weapons squad here, these guys are very powerful, but they're also hard to keep alive, surprisingly. So they cost 100 points. For that 100 points you get 3 models, each which have 75 health, 1 action point, 3 movement, 3 armor, and minus 10 evasion. So each variant has different loadouts here. The standard kit with the heavy weapons team comes with the missile launcher, and with the missile launcher you have 2 different ammo types that you have to select, so you have to be very careful that you select the right one when you're attacking, because it can be very easy to accidentally select the wrong one. But the first attack is the crack missiles. So each missile launcher here has 1 attack. It does a base damage of 45 to 60, has a splash damage of 9 to 12 times 1, armor piercing of 6, has an optimal range of 5, minimum range of 2 to 9, and it has a base accuracy of 60 at that optimal range, and it falls off 6 per tile. The frag grenade is the other variant, so the crack is your anti-vehicle, your frag is your anti-infantry. So each one of these rocket launcher has 1 attack. The bay has a base damage of 18 to 25, but it also has splash damage of 18 to 25 times 9 at an armor piercing of 2, optimal range of 5 with a base accuracy of 60 at that range, and the accuracy falls off 6 per tile. So if you're looking at those numbers, you're like, yeah, they can do good damage. One will help you do anti, medium, and heavy, and the other one's clearly anti-infantry, but those chances to hit are just absolute balls, and you're not wrong. But the thing you got to realize is all these teams have setup abilities, and so what that is it will convert whatever movement you have into setup stacks, and you can set this up to 6 times. So let's say you move 2 squares and you have 1 left, you can just click the setup because it's a free action, and then it'll take that 1 remaining movement point and convert it to a setup stack, which each one of these stacks will get you 5 accuracy and 1 range stability. So at 6 stacks you'll now have a 30% accuracy, so that moves your base accuracy to 90, and then you'll also have reduced the range stability by 6, and so that effectively means you'll get your base optimal attack at any range, because your base accuracy falls off at 6 per tile, and since the range stability would be 6, that would be 6 minus 6 would be 0, so you'd effectively have no fall off penalty for the missile launcher at a range of 2 to 9. So that's how these guys can get crazy good while you're landing attacks with these guys. So that's how the missile launchers work. Now, let's say you want to use the next variant here. This would be to give them an autocannon instead of the missile launcher. I personally am not very impressed with the autocannon, but they've made some pretty significant changes here, so I'll play around with it to see if it works better now, but before it just was absolute ass. And so for 10 additional points you now have the autocannon. So each one of these squads will have the autocannon, as you can see here, and so each unit will now have 3 attacks doing a base damage of 22 to 30 with a splash damage of 15 to 21 times 1, has an armor piercing of 4, has an optimal range of 5 but has a range of 1 to 8, a base accuracy of 60, and it falls off 6 per tile. Now their special ability, they actually have a special ability, I should say. So in addition to the setup, which works the same way with plus 5 accuracy plus 1 range stability per setup squads, you can now have a special ability that can use those setup abilities, whereas you didn't when you had the heavy weapons squad here. at the default missile launcher. And so what you can do is, instead of just attacking with increased accuracy and decreased accuracy penalties, you could use the Pour It On ability. And what this will do is it'll deplete all the stacks of setup that you have, up to those 6 that you can get at max. And then for every 2 stacks that you have, you get +1 attack. So at 6 stacks, you'll have +3 attacks per model here doing your base damage. So, and now what happens is these guys will focus fire. In the past they would spread out their attacks, so it'd be really hard for them to get kills, but now they'll focus fire onto a single unit. In fact, every unit in the heavy weapon squad will now do this, because they didn't always do that in the past, whereas now they do. So maybe between those 2 changes here, that'll make these guys actually viable. But for the most part, it's like I either wanted to have a highly good damage dealing unit that for against vehicles, or taking out infantry, so that gave me the best of both worlds. And then as you got more setup squads, it allowed them to do more damage. So now I'll have to see if these autocannons can actually be worth their weight. The third heavy weapon squad, which is by far one of my favorites, for 20 additional points, so now you're up to 120, you now have 3 Lascannons. So each one will do base damage of 75 to 100, has an armor piercing of 7, optimal range of 5, can go anywhere from 1 to 8, has a base accuracy of 60, and the accuracy falls off 6 per tile outside that range. And now these guys have a special ability to use up those setup, in addition to the basic stacks here getting you to 30 plus 6 for the range stability. You can now use penetrating shot. And what that does is it makes your attacks now hit with plus 15% critical hit chance just by themselves. But for every setup stack you have, you get plus 5 damage per stack spent and plus 1 armor piercing per 3 stacks. So now you're getting plus 15% crit chance, you're getting plus 30% damage if you're using up those 6 stacks, and you're getting 2 armor piercing. So now all of a sudden your armor piercing is up to 9. This is how these guys can do crazy amounts of damage for you, to do just tons and tons of damage. But it gets to be even more than that. So in the past, you'd really want to have this commissar going, but you didn't want to use the execute ability because you'd have to kill one of the heavy weapon squad, and you're like, why the hell would you do that? Whereas that's no longer the case. You just bring along some of these shock troops, and you can use the execute ability, which now has an AoE effect, and now you're giving them plus 30 momentum, which will increase their crit chances and decrease the crit graze chances, so that's increasing their damage potentially even further. But then you also have the Show 'em Steel has the ability to give you additional 10% crit chance to ranged units, so now you can really buff up these heavy weapon squads to do significant amounts of damage for you with those setup squads. So I think this would definitely be very interesting to see how these guys should play out here. I'm a little dubious on the autocannons, but I think these other ones should definitely be even better than they were before. So I'm very interested to see how these guys will play out. So I will set up a match here. And then the other thing to realize is you also can buff them with the battle line abilities. So if you want them to have a little more health, you give them the commissar, or if you want to get their momentum gains up by 25%, again, the commissar is your guy. If you want to just increase their damage further, you can give them the tank commander ability to increase their damage output by 10% for all their attacks, which can be very good. Or if you want to just worry on getting their accuracy up further, you can give them the Castellan ability, which give you just a plus flat out 10% accuracy increase and plus 1 damage. But again, all these guys have high base damage, so the damage will not help them very much here at just a plus 1, but the accuracy surely will. And then if you add in a bring it down debuff to your enemy units, lowering their armor by 2 and their evasion by 10, now all of a sudden you can see how those heavy weapon squads can just annihilate anybody that's in front of them. But definitely a lot of good options here. So I will set up a match and see what we can do to kill our next opponent. And again, it's going to make me have to make some changes here. I don't know why it keeps changing that. It's kind of frustrating. I liked before where it would just kind of save your last match, but that's not how it works anymore. And it looks like we're up to the Demons of Khorne, so this should be interesting and problematic with the Hellhounds or Fleshhounds coming after us. But we'll see what we can do here. Alright, and so if you're unfamiliar with how to change your HQ commander, that's what the symbol is here. So you could click it to anybody that has HQ abilities. And then the big thing is once your HQ commander dies, any points that you've accrued would be lost. You'd have to start over. And it'll default to whichever unit costs the most. So let's say a tank commander dies, the next one that I'll get is a tank commander, and then if he died, it would go to one of the commissars. And if all 4 of these guys are dead, you no longer get the ability to use HQ command anymore. So you just have to take that into consideration. And I would ideally like to have all these guys get into combat as fast as possible, but I need these heavy weapon squads to do what they can for me. And then just have those
Got your armor right here, sir.
shock troopers at the very end.
Heavy weapons. We've got your firepower.
But because of the poor setup time,
Rolling out.
Awaiting your orders.
these guys can only do so much for you.
Pack it up and let's move.
Victory.
Get you over to here, I guess.
Heavy weapons.
Lining up, sir. Awaiting your
Yeah,
orders.
pretty disappointing showing with getting these guys moved here. But we'll do something like that. And so what you'll see is with the battle line, all of these guys will have the tank commander ability, except for the guys on the very right-hand side because they're not in connection with the battle line. So then these guys will have the commissar, so that's why this one has bonus health. And then the rest of these guys... Oh, these guys don't have anybody because nobody is touching here. And then these guys all have the tank commander buff. So that's how the battle line works if you're unfamiliar with the process.
Rolling out.
We've got your firepower.
I guess I can just move you up to here.
Pack it up and let's move.
Advance.
And now this time, because everybody will be in connection, everybody should have the tank commander
Through discipline.
abilities here.
Whose day are we ruling today, sir?
Heavy weapons.
For cowards. Enough of that. New targets just showed up.
There's more of them? Target spotted.
Alright, so we have quite a few guys around here now. So the question is do I move you up or not? To try to get some shots here. And I think what I'll do is I'll move you to here. You're the autocannon.
Got your armor right here, sir.
So what I'm going to do
Firing.
is focus down the Demon Prince. Because he is the scariest out of all these guys. Let's get you to here. Let's use your setup. That's 36, 55. Frag would be 52. I still think I want to do that. Alright, we're going to move you up to here.
Awaiting your orders.
We're going to move you to there. We're going to move you to here.
Victory through
Going to get you to here. We're going to execute somebody.
Emperors to spend.
You're going to throw your grenade. And pull back.
Advance.
You'll come up to here.
Whose day are we ruling today?
You're coming over here. You're going to start buffing everybody's range damage. You're You're going to give this guy, pound him to death.
Got your armor right here, sir. Whose day are we ruining today, sir?
And that's going to allow you to start shooting into this guy and doing double attacks here. You can shoot into here and do crazy amounts of damage.
Victory through discipline.
Got your armor right here, sir.
Alright, and you're going to come back to here and shoot here. And then you're going to use set it up and shoot here and try to get you closer.
Whose day are we ruining today, sir?
Victory through discipline.
What am I going to do?
Right here, sir.
See, if I bring you over here, you're just going to get shot
Day are we
up.
ruining today, sir?
If I bring you over to here, let's do this, like that.
Battle to win.
Move you to here. Can attack there.
On the way.
You can start shooting into the blood crushers. What I don't want is for them to just flame you guys down, which I think is what's going to happen here.
Rolling out.
Alright, you should just be able to kill this guy straight up here. Okay. Let's pull you back one. I guess we're just going to run you out to here. Oh, man.
We've got your firepower.
I don't think
What
even
next,
if I
sir?
had all three of you come up here and start grenading,
Lining up, sir.
that you can even kill a flesh hound.
Awaiting your orders.
I will go where I want.
Well, let's do this and see if maybe if you just regularly attack you can get the kill.
Got your armor right here, sir. Whose day are we ruining today, sir?
What next, sir?
Now the scary thing about this is with all these bloodletters here, is they can start buffing each other.
Firing!
And do significant amount of damage to vehicles.
Heavy weapons.
Awaiting your orders.
Alright, well, let's just run you up to here, I guess.
Manifold dangers are beyond your understanding.
And then maybe what I could do is just try to lower his movement
Of the Emperor's gaze.
and see what happens. Oh, you didn't attack yet either. 27. I'll just shoot into those guys, I guess. Oh, it looks like they didn't move them all together to stack up their buffs. Which is good for me.
Victory through discipline.
Alright, well, I guess what we'll do is just start attacking here. And you can attack here as well. And what else do I want to do? Let's think here. This is interesting. I think I might be in trouble. Why is your hit chance so low? Alright, well, I guess shoot into here. There we go. And now you can surge. So shoot into here. Start working on those guys.
Whose day are we ruining today, sir?
Got your armor right here, sir.
Heavy weapons.
Well, let's do setup. That's 68% chance to hit. It's not terrible. Go ahead and try. There you go.
Got it.
And then for you, let's set up. You're now up to 70. So let's do that. And they're down. Okay. That's gonna die. I really need to kill those guys. Alright, let's just attack here. Yeah, just attack here. Okay. And then
I will go where I want.
I think what's happening is you're engaged.
Trust in me.
And that's affecting your ability to shoot. No, it's still not good.
Advance.
Alright, let's move you over here.
What next, sir?
Awaiting your orders.
Let's see here. Oh, I guess it's optimal range of 5.
Whose day are we ruining today, sir?
So I think it's purely just you're so close.
Ruining today, sir?
Armor rolling out. Armor rolling out.
Alright, good shot. Ugh.
Awaiting your orders. Awaiting your orders.
Alright, well, let's move you down one. Have you come into here. Guess we'll move you up to here.
What next, sir? We've got your firepower.
28, 27, 24. Oh, I didn't set up yet. 37, 42. I guess you can try.
Heavy weapons.
Awaiting your orders.
Alright, shoot here. Pull you back,
On your orders.
because they're gonna kill that tank. I guess let's just shoot into here.
Got your armor right here, sir.
Okay, good shot against the flash hound. Okay, good.
Awaiting your orders.
I guess we'll just bring you up to here.
Heavy weapons.
And I guess we'll have you just shoot into here.
Victory through
I think I'm about to get flesh hound to death here.
killing blow, yeah?
Not looking forward to that.
Each one of us that falls, 10 more will take up.
Oh! He used his blindness on me. Interesting.
Got your armor right here, sir.
Cheeky bastard there. Alright, so for you, let's do that. You can execute somebody here
The death of this coward will
and get everybody that
Your life is the Emperor's to spare.
momentum. You're here.
Victory through discipline.
So I guess you're going to attack here. Chop those guys down.
We've got your firepower.
Alright, well, for you, you really put me into quite a predicament here.
Firing!
Yeah, you really messed me up with that. Well done, sir.
Setting up and stabilizing.
30. Well, I guess I'm just going to have to use the grenades here.
Grenade out.
Grenade! Setting up and stabilizing.
Alright, well, let's try to shoot into these guys, I guess. Now we're up to you. $30, $50. I guess let's just fire into those guys and see what you can do. 40. Okay, good. 8 more.
What next, sir? Heavy weapons.
Guess we'll try to just shoot this guy down. So we can't spam his abilities on me.
Firing!
Brought from afar.
Hmm.
Firing!
Just keep working on that, I guess.
Victory through discipline.
Awaiting your orders.
Got your armor right here, sir.
We've got your firepower.
Alright, well, I guess we'll just end our turn. So those guys are down.
Strong.
Alright. So what I'm gonna do is we'll just move you up to here,
Glory to the
get
first
that
soldier
going,
to die.
and you can use setup,
Stabilizing.
and now that'll do decent amount of damage, preferably enough to get you to surge. Nope, you're 4 short. Let's see, that'll be 11.
Heavy weapons.
How do I want to do this?
We've got your firepower.
Well, he's going to kill enough guys that I think I have to do that. Okay, so now they have fixed this. So in the past, when you would empower the setup, it did not work appropriately, but now what it'll do is it'll give you +7 accuracy and increase the range stability per stacks of 1.2. So that means that maximum stacks you should have 42 accuracy, and what would that be? 7.2 for range stability. And then for the penetrating shot, if that's empowered, you'll get +6% damage per stack, so that would be 36% increased damage, and then you'll get 3 armor piercing because it'll be an armor piercing for every 2 stacks, and the cooldown goes down to 1. So effectively you could spam that. So that's pretty significant there. And then for you, I guess we'll just shoot into these guys here.
What next, sir?
Because I'm trying to keep you alive
Whose day are we ruining today, sir?
to be able to play around with these other abilities here.
Got your armor right here, sir.
Heavy weapons.
The warp knows our every move.
Of course you can't
Advance.
mind shackle him. So let's just do this to lower him, because I don't want him to be debuffing you guys. So let's just end. See what happens here.
Cowards.
Alright. So now I've got you guys up. So let's... Oh! Oh, I see what happened. Execute.
The death of this coward will
There you go.
temper your
And now you can surge again. So you should do 82 times 3, or if I empower you, I'm going to do this and attack here. And now I have a 63% chance to hit at that damage, or at that range, I should say.
Victory through discipline.
Let's just come here, do this.
We've got your firepower.
You're up to 73. Alright, and you can attack here. And now for you, it's the same thing with the same empower. But now for you, you get 1 shot per stack. So that's effectively 6 additional attacks that you will get per unit here. It'll let me empower that to get your accuracy up, but it won't let me use you to get to where you need to be. And then these guys don't have an empowered ability other than the setup here. So let's do this. Come here. Let's keep taking this further.
I will go where I want.
So let's get you to here. Do this.
The first soldier to die.
Alright. Empower here. Shoot.
Right through their armor.
Almost one-shot those guys down.
We've got your firepower.
You're still here.
These manifold dangers are beyond your understanding.
Let's bring you up to here. Oop, you're still not into range. Here we go.
Trust in me. Together, we will
Move you.
swing the tides
Oh.
of this battle.
What the hell just happened? Just suppressed you for some reason. That was weird.
On the way.
Heavy weapons.
By his will alone.
We've got your firepower.
Oh my gosh, those guys just got the kill. So, yeah, they definitely reworked the heavy weapons teams, and I'm glad they fixed those issues with the empowered abilities not working right. So, I still think the baseline units are very good with their frag and crack grenades, but then they don't have an empowered ability other than the setup team, which you can increase their accuracy even further. But I think I'd rather just have double attacks, to be quite honest. But at least that's fixed, because in the past it didn't give you any buffs. It just, I thought, oh, maybe you get like double stacks for the setup, but it didn't do anything. But now it actually shows you that it does stuff. And then with the autocannons, they have more damage output now, which certainly helps, and at least the pour down ability will help them have additional shots and actually do some decent damage against infantry. The issue is instead of having, you know, and that the fact that they focus down on a single unit means they can get some kills now where they were struggling with that in the past. But I would still think I'd rather just use the frag grenade to do a bunch of splash damage against infantry, or the crack to go against vehicles. So I don't quite feel like they're worthwhile to spend even more resources on unless I just had somebody that was there. But for the most part, I mean, yes, they're a little bit better at sniping down single unit heroes and things like that, but really that's what my Lascannon is for. So I still think using the Lascannon is a much better option. And then obviously its empowered ability will allow you to do a shit ton of damage, and if you stack a bunch of crits on there, it can just be ludicrous. Now, saying that, if you just did Surge and had 2 attacks, maybe it would be even higher damage output unless you got the crits off, but it's still a much, much better option than where it was before. So I'm really glad they fixed those guys, and the setup teams are working properly for all the empowered abilities. Like I said, I was thinking, oh, the missile launcher will not have an empowered ability because the setup didn't work, but now it actually has an empowered setup ability to increase their accuracy even further if you didn't want to just do a second attack. So thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe. It encourages me to post more content for you. Have a great day.